What was your it done helping others moment? When I rushed to another state about 2,000 miles away to help my sister because of a medical issue. And for whatever reason she decided to have her neighbor help her instead. Without letting me know. It was 3 months ago and she is fine but still has not contacted me. That was the end for me. Had a newish neighbor ask if he could borrow our lawn mower. Sure. Well, more or less every week he would come and get it out of our garage. Use it to cut his grass. Put it away without cleaning it or adding gas. In the fall we mentioned it was a good time to get deals on a new mower. He never talked to us again. Not me but my parents. My cousin moved in with us for 2 years when I was a kid. She's 18 years older than me. She ended up being a drug addict that smoked in the house. Stole money. Couldn't hold down a job. And mercilessly picked on my sister and I until the day she got kicked out. That was almost 30 years ago. To this day my parents refuse to let anyone move in because they just need a place to stay until they're back on their feet. Was donating baby toddler clothes to a mom in need through one of those Facebook donating pages. She didn't have a car. I did, so I drove 30 minutes away to deliver the stuff all for free. Got in a bad accident less than 5 blocks from her house, so I texted her to see if she could come get what she was able to because my car was totaled. She wouldn't walk the 4 blocks, then reported me to the group and got me kicked out for not following through. I ended up with a fractured sternum. Yeah, fuck that shit, never again. I'm a teacher. A parent of a former student contacted me in an emergency situation. Couldn't afford to pay bills. And needed help. She was super helpful to me in my first year teaching. So I asked friends and family to help out and raised her about $2. Never again. She has contacted me every few weeks since then. Always with a new reason why she needs more money. And when I offer food and clothing resources, she refuses it. It has placed me in such an awkward situation and I regret ever trying to help her out in the first place. Me and my GF were leaving a McDonald's and pulling up to the stoplight. There's this homeless old man that we've seen around the area ever since we moved here, and my GF decides, since we've never given anything to this guy and he's always there, we should give him one of our McDoubles. He comes up to the car, says thank you, and walks back to his corner as the light turns green and just tosses it on the road right in front of where we're driving. After working free of charge as a freelance graphics guy to build my portfolio up, and having a client basically make the most minor of adjustments and constant revisions, 4 posters which should have taken me a day tops really ended up taking 3 months. And when they wanted poster X4, I wanted money, ghosted. Lesson learned. When I had a truck during college, everyone suddenly wanted me to help move them. Most were cool and gave me money or ordered pizza. Unprompted, by the way. One time, however, some dude I barely knew needed some help. I show up. And nothing is packed in his apartment. He had a giant fish tank and lived on the 3rd floor with no elevator. It was a fucking nightmare and I never got a dime nor food or even some beers. I never talked to him after that. We were asleep one night with window open. We wake up BC, there is a couple walking down the road arguing. The girl is closer than the guy. Next thing we know, the girl is banging on door begging to come in. We call police. They get there and couple gone. They tell us that's a common ruse being used in area to get you to open doors so they can rob you. The day I realized that no one wanted to help me in return. Look, it's not about doing something for someone to get something back, and I will always help whoever I can that needs it. But when the same people consistently ask for help or money or what have you, without actually wanting to help you when you need it, or just hang out or be friendly in general, it's a huge red flag. Somebody put one of those free items sites on Facebook that she needed an outdoor playscape thing for her kids who were going crazy during quarantine. My kids are now older, but we had this cool plastic little tykes fort that was in great shape. Those things are beasts. It had a slide and a little play area. Perfect for the age her kids were. I drive a pickup, so even offered to deliver it. She went full R, choosing beggars on me, and said she was looking for a more elaborate one with more things to do, like the giant wooden ones. Good luck, lady. I'm done with you all. I stood by my best friend when she cried to me about her husband cheating. And he definitely was cheating. They stayed married and said they worked through it. 6 months later she was fucking my husband behind my back. When someone just spat some gum on my hand when I tried to help them up. And to this day, screw them. A homeless person came looking for food. Old clothes. Anything to spare. He was desperate. I went and made sandwiches. Cut a slice of cake. Packed some fruit. And raided my husband's cupboard for the older of his wearable clothes. All this was gratefully received. And I felt good about helping someone in need. Until later. When I found the clothing ditched in our bin. And all the food except the cake tossed into a hedge. I still help needy people. But not those that ask for it. I often donate to causes I feel strongly about and still do to this day. Now typically it may not be a ton of money. $20 per month as an example. But my rule is, if they contact you for more money, you're likely going to have to discontinue. One group called me and basically belittled the amount of money I was giving, saying they really need people who are contributing $100 per month or more. Or large one-time donations. I immediately told them to stop any further payments from autopay and to stop contacting me. It makes me reconsider charitable giving altogether. When I was 17, I got my driver's license and suddenly everyone needed a ride. No one ever wanted to offer to pitch in or anything. Then one day I got volunteered without even asking me, and I was like, F this, and the next vehicle I got was a tiny truck with barely any room. No one asked for more rides. I was 16. Only had €10 with me. Homeless lady begging for money. I tell her I won't give her money. Went to the local supermarket, bought 2 packs of milk, some bread, some cookies, a bottle of juice and some cooked chicken. Went and gave it to her. With all kindness. 1 hour later I pass by the same street. And everything is on the floor, thrown away. Not even eaten or open. I was in school. No one was paying attention to what I was saying. I just did my work silently. Turned it in. And watched as the rest of my table group went up in flames. I wouldn't say I'm done helping others. But I changed the way that I do it. A homeless man asked me if I would buy him something from the store. I did it. Then he tried to trick me into buying more. His scamming strategy was pretty clever, and I can see how people fall for it, but I caught on. Thankfully. Now I focus on broad community initiatives, and if I do give someone something, it's only in situations where I know I am 100% safe and can leave immediately. When COVID started, a friend had just had a baby. I didn't want to risk getting out and about. I still don't. So I sent groceries by way of Instacart to her home. She never said thank you. Only got mad that I didn't. Nor have I. Offered to babysit for her during the pandemic. We don't talk much anymore. I used to counsel juvenile delinquents from poor backgrounds. After spending a day of getting cussed out for my efforts, I applied for law school. If I'm going to argue all day, I might as well get paid. I spent 5 years working with the poor. And I think that's the only time I actually helped move anyone out of poverty.